1.
Okay, so I've employed my wonderful assistant, my husband, who's holding the camera, to show you and him how to take newborn pictures in a home environment with natural light using your phone. If you've got a better camera, obviously use that. But you can easily do it on your phone, and I can show you the little bits that are important to remember to get the best out of what you can do at home. Okay, so firstly, if you pan around, darling, have a look around the bedroom. You see lots of light coming from lots of different sources. What we're going to do is shut it all down to just one. Now, Velux window is actually a really good, makes for a very good studio softbox. So that's what I'm going to use as the one light. So we're going to come and close all the windows, all the curtains. Come into the room, I will close that. Keep it going. Make it all nice and dark. Right, so come over here. Now, it is a very bright day, but thankfully the sunlight's actually falling on the floor over there, so I'm hoping that it will still work, because I'm going to use the corner of the bed here. That's our pretty cat over there. That's very easy. Okay, so what you're going to need, apart from a baby, is something that's a nice soft background. I'm going to use, I'm literally just going to use a cardigan for this. This is my, can't see it in the light, this is my cardigan I'm going to use as the sort of rug underneath. If you've got a fur rug, that looks really beautiful. So cream fur or grey fur, or something that's pretty, but it needs to be big enough that you can fill the viewfinder of the camera. So make it into a sort of square. Now, the angle you're going to go for, if you can see, if you do a wide shot down, maybe go over there so you can see where the window is and where the hatch of the front is. So we're not in the main light of the window. That's quite important. That's the strongest light, that's the most contrasty light, and that's not very flattering. You want to be slightly in the sort of almost half light from that window. So if you go any further, it's going to be too dark. So in that sort of sweet spot of what I would call feathered light. And then the angle of what you want the baby to do, now see if we can do this visually. So you don't want the baby to be perpendicular to the window. You want it to be about 45 degrees. Does that come across in the camera?
Yep.
About 45 degrees like that. Okay, so baby's going in there. Baby. Now, don't get too hung up on wraps. Wraps can look great, but sorry about the squeaky floorboards. Wraps can look great, but they're quite tricky to get to look nice, and with a wriggly baby, you probably won't get it easily done. So don't do it. The simplest way you can do this is get a complementary coloured scarf, and we're just going to drape the nappy. I'm assuming the baby's got nothing on here, because I think it looks nice when newborns don't have any clothes on. So as a little aside, make sure your room is really warm, because babies feel the cold a lot, and that will make them grouchy. I've seen plenty of grouchy babies in my time. Now I'm picking the navy scarf here. You can see that backlit, I don't know if you can see that colour. And then you don't want to make that drape too broad. The mistake that some people make is they sort of cover the whole baby pretty much, and then it doesn't look as elegant. You just want to cover the nappy area. So it's a little bit more, this is coming across, you might want to come around, if you come around over to there, because you're backlit there, you might find the colours don't come across very well. So, can you see that? Okay. So navy, there we go, and you can just have a play with the layout of the scarf to make it look nice. And the other thing that's important is to face the face into the light a little bit. Now, little baby into the light. Okay, so as far as taking it is concerned, if you're using a phone, now you're going to come around, yes, exactly. So I want you to fill the viewfinder. Go quite close. If you do that, you see lots of white around the edges, it's not as pleasing. Fill the viewfinder with the background. Now, you can probably see, I don't know if you can see it right from from David's camera, but it's quite light. Basically, the camera is thinking that it's too dark and lightening it up. So you can force this. If you tap on the screen to focus it, you can see, I don't know if you can see that little arrows on the right. You can then decrease the amount of light coming in. Now, I think you can do that on most phone cameras. Get it to the point where the light looks about right, and then you can take the shot. A quirky angle's always nice, but you have to be careful of edges, white edges. Don't like that. Okay, so that's a lovely, easy shot to do. You don't have to do any fiddling with the baby or getting them naked, that's fine. Second shot, get rid of the background for that one. Get a rug, a throw, something you put on your bed, something like that. Now again, you need to be able to fill the background, so you make a nice broad background. Let's get that looking good. It's a bit creased, this one, but never mind. Okay. And then you make a little sort of pocket. So essentially you are going to put the baby in that little pocket. Now I'm going to turn it so that we do the baby at 45 degrees again, like that. And we go baby under here. And just do that. It's so easy, but it really looks good. So if you fill the screen again with the whole of that background, turn baby's head into the light. You can even get people holding their hands in the background. It always looks really nice. You don't have to worry about what the nappy looks like or what their legs are doing. And then you get the second shot. You take that, so I've got that for the post. We're going to tap on the screen. Go a little bit darker again. And there we go. There we go. Two really easy shots you can do in your bedroom at home. And hopefully I'll see you later in the year and do bigger baby photos. Bye!
Just shook it at the end. Can you edit it?